Hey everyone, Vivek Singhi here. I'm a professional magician and magician. I've been performing for over 15 years now, and I'm super proud to be associated in designing the deck for Black Box Shreyas Iyer. The beauty about this deck of cards is the way I've designed is if you are someone who wants to get into card magic, but you have no clue how to perform card magic, you can still learn magic with this if you follow my instructions. And I can guarantee you that in less than a day, you will be able to start performing your first trick and amaze your friends and family. What makes this deck so special is that it's a mark deck. For those of you who don't know what mark deck is, without looking at the face of the cards, just looking at the back design, you would know what each and every card is. That's the beauty about this mark deck. So let's see what you get inside this package. You get this book, little book of tricks, which includes 4 tricks, which I'm going to teach you. You get this envelope inside which you have 4 card throwing ninja cards. You have this stump box, and you get these 3 stumps that go with it, which we're going to use for card throwing. And of course, it comes with an awesome deck of cards, the Black Box Shreyas Iyer deck. So let's take out the cards. Let's see what mark deck is all about and how you read the cards. So with the deck, you get this card which says unlock the secret. The same thing is explained in the book on the first page. Get the cheat codes. The reason you have this extra card is because when you are moving around and you probably won't be carrying this book with you, and in case you forget how the marking system works, this card will help you remember. But of course, the marking system is very easy and it's hidden in plain sight. So it should not be a problem for you to remember this because of course it's designed by me, right? So let's look at this. I'll just move this card aside. So it says a rounded card identifies the suit, and there's a pictorial representation right here. So you will see the diamond here with a rounded corner, and it says Shreyas watch tells the number of face value of the card. The face value is ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, jack, queen, and king. So if it's 1 o'clock, A is 1, 2 o'clock is 2, 3 o'clock 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock is 6, so on and so forth, all the way till 12 o'clock. Now for the king, there is nothing called as the 13th hour, right? So what we have done here is, if you see this time right here, this looks like a 3:30. So a 3:30 will help you identify it as the king. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 3:30. So I'll just move this aside and close the book. And now let's pick cards at random and see if we can identify it. So I'll take the first card. The beauty about the way I've done the marking system and the design is it's a perfectly symmetrical deck. So even if I turn this over, so marking system is here as well as here. It's both ways. So if I turn this over, let's see. I see the 4 suits, spades, diamonds, clubs, and hearts. Now I'm looking at the top corner. I see both sharp edges, sharp edges, sharp edges. But for the clubs, you'll see a small rounded corner right here, which helps me identify this as being the clubs. Now I'm going to look at the time. So the time here, it shows me 5 p.m. So for the camera, this is what you need to see because this is facing you directly. So you will see a 5 p.m. right here, and you'll see the clubs as a slight curve. So this card will be the 5 of clubs. Let's look at one more. Move this. Now here you can see the heart as a curve. So I know this is the hearts, and the timing is 2. So this has to be the 2 of hearts. 2 of hearts. I can see because the people who are shooting are also having a big smile on their faces. So I'm sure with you holding the cards in your hand and watching this, so now I'm sure you're also realizing that this is such a great tool to have for someone who wants to get started in magic, but it is so easy and so foolproof and it'll work every time. Look at this one. So now with time, I can clearly see this is a 9 of diamonds. I'll explain. I'll see the diamond card is the only card which has a curved corner at the top. And the time here is 9 o'clock. So this is the 9 of diamonds. Let me pick one more. So we have seen clubs, hearts, we have seen diamonds, spades is left. So I'm going to find a spade. And it's very easy. I know this is a spade just by looking at the corner. And the time here is 3:30. So if you remember, 1 to 12 the cards very easy. If you see an off diamonds which is 3:30, you should know it's the king of spades. In case you're wondering, what about jokers? If I have the jokers inside, what about the time of the jokers? So if you've seen those ads for watches and clocks, you would always see a 10-10 time. That's because the branding is there right in the center. So that's the logic I've used here. So if I just quickly take out the jokers, which is right here, and if you look at the time on the watch, you'll see this 10-10, 10-10. This is called as take a wild guess. So how this works is you hand over the deck to your spectator to shuffle. So they just shuffle up the cards. They can mix them up as much as they want. And once they are done, you ask them, take out any card from the deck. Let's say they take this one. Neither they will look at it, neither you, and ask them to place that card on the palm of your hand, just like this. Now, in that moment, what you're going to do is you're going to quickly glance the marking system, and here you can see this is a 1 and the club card is curved, so you know this is the ace of clubs. So from the shuffling, they place the card in your hand and you're going to look them in the eye and say, I hope I get this right, but I think you picked ace of clubs. Let's check. And then you slowly turn over the card. And that's it. This is how you perform take a wild guess. So let's learn the magic trick number 2. This is called it right back at you. With the exclamation mark you'll see in the book. So what you do here is you give the deck to your spectator to shuffle. They're going to shuffle up the cards. And this time you're changing your presentation a bit. And this is a really, really strong presentation. What you're going to tell them is you tell them you spread the cards on the table. You can do that. And you tell them that, hey, I'm thinking of one card right now. And I have this feeling that you're going to take out the exact same card that I'm thinking. This seems impossible, right? And you tell them just bring your hand over on the cards. Touch any one card. Bring it forward. And you will not believe this. Okay, this is my presentation. I say you will not believe this, but I was thinking of one card out of 52, the 10 of hearts. And let's say if you could get that right. And you're going to ask them to slowly turn over the card. And when they turn over, they get the shock of their lives because they picked the card that I was thinking. They had no clue. In this case, you are making your spectator the magician, the performer. And you are just a nobody. So let's look at magic trick number 3, which is called as it's all in the vibes. Not vibes, it's all in the vibes. Okay, shuffle up the cards. And you spread the cards on the table like this. And you ask your spectator to push any one card out. You can just push any one card. She has pushed one card. Now what you're going to do is you're going to keep this card on the side. You're going to take the rest of the cards, pick them up, shuffle them once again. So I'll explain as we go along. What's happening here is I already know this is a heart card. And I can see this is the 2 of hearts, which I'll just show for the camera. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to look only at the hearts as I start dealing. And whenever I see a curve in the heart, I'm going to place it to the side. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which means there are 2 more hearts left. There's the 11th, 1 more heart left. And now you know the hearts are not there, but you still continue to count the way you have been or deal. Yes, it would seem unnatural. And then you're going to say, you know what, I don't know why, but I just got the vibes that these are the cards which are right. And then you slowly turn them over and you show that you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards and you got all the hearts out. But there are 13 cards which are hearts because every deck has one suit 13 times. And you see all the hearts which is there, but there's only one card which is missing. The 2 of hearts, which is like, this is what I call as it's falling away. So let's look at the 4th magic trick, which I call as out of the box, with the exclamation, of course. So you just take the cards out of the box. You give it a quick shuffle. You ask someone to cut anywhere they want. Let's say they cut somewhere in between. And they could have cut anywhere they wanted. The cards were shuffled over and over again, but they cut exactly to this spot. And I'm going to let the camera see what card they cut to. And you will not believe this, but I knew well in advance the card that they were going to select because I had the prediction right here printed on the box the entire time. And if you look here, you will see the 2 of spades. And if I'm not wrong, this card has to be the 2 of spades. This is what I call as out of the box. Let's learn how this works. So you have the 2 of spades on top of the deck, which goes inside the box, and you're ready to perform at a moment's notice. But take out the cards, keep the box aside. You can even close the box and put it in their hands, or just give it to them. The 2 of spades is on top. I'm keeping it face up so it's easier to understand. When you shuffle the cards, all you're doing is you're letting go of this card at the end. So this card always remains on top. I can give it one more quick shuffle. Watch this. I'll do this slow. The 2 of spades is on top and the card is thoroughly shuffled. You place the card or the deck on the table and you ask them to cut anywhere they want. So let's say they cut somewhere around here. So the card they've actually cut to is the ace of clubs. But you're going to make them think that they cut to the 2 of spades. Now, how you're going to do that is with a little bit of misdirection and a time gap of 5 to 7 seconds. So what he says though is that, you shuffled up the cards, we shuffled up the cards multiple times. The cards are thoroughly mixed over and over again. And you could have cut to anywhere in the deck, but you cut. And at that point, when you say you cut, you pick up the rest of the deck and place it on top. And so you cut it to exactly right here. Now they forget, and I love this because it's so deceptive. They forget that this is supposed to be the card and not this. And then you show them like this, that, okay, look at your card. And now you know what? I knew you're going to pick that very specific card because I have a prediction right here. And they might think it's inside the box, but there's nothing inside. You can hand them over the box, ask them to open. And probably they might not realize, they might start trying to see what's inside the box because they are not expecting the prediction to be printed on the flaps. And if they can't find, if they are confused, you take the box from them and you slowly close and let them see the spade, let them see the 2, don't say a single word and let them freak out because they would realize the 2 of spades, that was the card they selected. They're gonna grab the card from the deck and they're gonna be amazed. They might also want to check if whether, so this has happened with me, where people want to check if there are multiple 2 of spades inside the deck or not, which is not the case. So that's out of the box. So let's look at what you get for your card throwing. You get this box. It's self-explanatory. Just form the box. And there you have it. That's your stump holder. You have these 3 slits right in the center, and you have these stumps which will go inside each of these three slots. That's one, that's two, and that's three. And what you also receive is this envelope which has these four amazing card swing cards, which you can just throw and try to topple the stumps just like that. So let's learn how to throw cards. So let's learn with the basics first. The first thing you need to remember is when you throw cards, when the card spins in the air like this in a circular fashion is when the cards cut through the air and they travel distance. So if I have to give you a very basic example, look, I'm just going to throw the card. I'm just going to spin it and throw it ahead. Watch. I just throw. See, it travels. But when you need distance and you need strength, speed and accuracy, there's a way to hold in the cards. The way I hold is, I hold the cards lengthwise like this. My fingers will go up. So there's a small corner protruding outside, just like this. I'm going to curl my fingers inwards. And I'm going to place my thumb on my first finger right here to create a tight grip. So now I'm not able to pull it out. And then I'll pull my hand back. And very slowly when I release, is at this moment, I'm going to release my thumb. And the moment it extends is when I'm going to let go of my finger and the card will travel. So let's try. We'll shoot this in slow motion for you so you can have a look of how this actually looks in slow motion. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time learning these 4 amazing card tricks that I have devised specifically for this deck. I've spent roughly around 6 months designing this entire deck and the concept of the marking system, which makes it extremely easy for beginners with zero knowledge about card magic to learn magic using these cards and start performing. And I believe with time, once you get used to the marking system and you perform this for your family and friends, you will be able to start creating your own routines with this awesome deck of cards. So keep performing and stay magical.